Hello everyone, welcome back, playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare again. This time, I'm going to be showing off all 4 zombie classes and all of their abilities. Yesterday, I showed off all the plants and their abilities, and that is in a playlist that this video will also be in. And like I said in the last video, tomorrow I'll be doing the multiplayer, and after that, I will most likely be doing Garden Ops, which is essentially the survival mode. Now, as you saw last time, there was the pea shooter, the chomper, the sunflower, and the cactus on the plant side. The zombie side, for the most part, has the reverse of those, but some are different enough to where they're not really comparable to their counterparts. Like the foot soldier here, you will see his ammo, yellow zomboss pellets. He has 30 shots per clip, the reload's medium, usage mid to long range, and damage impact. The pea shooter is supposed to be the plant's version of the foot soldier, but the damage on the pea shooter has splash damage. This one does not. So there's definitely a difference there in the two classes. And here you have the engineer. He has explosive concrete ammo, reload medium, usage short to mid range, and damage explosive splash, which is more like the pea shooter. So again, the zombies are kind of like their plant counterparts, but they're mixed in varied ways. Then you have the scientist, who has purple goo 2 ammo. I don't know where the first purple goo went. Reload fast, usage short to mid range, and damage spray impact damage. He is also the medic of the zombie side, like the sunflower is the medic of the plant side. And then you have the All-Star, which has rapid fire footballs, reload in A because you can't reload since he has infinite ammo. It basically works on a cooldown. If you fire for too long, the gun will overheat and you have to wait a bit. But if you burst fire, you'll have completely unlimited ammo, so it's definitely very useful. Then usage, short to mid range, damage, impact damage, so no splash on this one. This guy is actually really good because he has 200 health, which is the most in the game, and he has a really powerful gun. So yeah, definitely a scary zombie to fight. Alright, now I'm going to jump into the gameplay for all of these zombies. First off, I'm going to be starting with the foot soldier. This guy is essentially your standard soldier class. You have a 30 clip automatic assault rifle, or assault blaster as this one's called. Get a chomper over here, take him out. As you can see, pretty decent damage on the gun. Definitely nowhere near the scientist or the engineer, but pretty good. Now the soldier, he has 3 abilities. He has a gas grenade, which I will try to show you in a crowd up here. Throw this. Ew, went a little short. But basically, it covers an area in smoke so you can't see through it, and it also damages any plant that goes in there. So definitely very useful. His second ability is the rocket launcher, which takes a while to load up, but once you get it out there, pretty damaging. If you get a direct hit, I think it might actually kill them. I'm not exactly sure. And then his third and last ability is the jetpack, which, as I will show in a second, you can use with the rocket launcher to get some pretty crazy attacks. Launch that, and boom. Oh, almost missed, but you get the idea there. So you launch up, and then you try to use the rocket to fire down on them. It's pretty useful. Gonna do one more showing of the foot soldier skills. You have the gas grenade, I'm gonna throw that out there. Jetpack launches you up, and then the RB launches a rocket. Oh, nice, and I killed one. Take that, plants. Use my assault rifle to destroy that cactus over there. The sniper class from the last video, if you remember. Now I'm going to hopefully use my jetpack to get over there and stop him from murdering me. Alright, so that was the foot soldier. Now time to move on to the engineer. The engineer is actually my second favorite class on the zombie side. A lot to do with his skills and the fact that he can open up teleporters. I can't show any right now because it is on Team Vanquish, which is pretty much Team Deathmatch. But if you were to play Gardens and Graveyards, you'll be able to open up teleporters when you're on the zombie side, and it lets you warp over to the plant side faster and take over their garden. So it's definitely really useful to have an engineer in the game when you're playing that game mode. Now over to the abilities. The RB button pretty much goes into hyper mode, like with the pea shooter. Like right here, you see jump on the jackhammer. You can still fire in this mode, by the way. And it pretty much gives you improved speed. I'm not sure about the jumping, because it kind of seems like you're jumping the same height. But yeah, it's definitely very good for the speed advantage that it gives you. And then if you press LB, he throws out a megaphone, or sonic grenade, as it says down there. And that will stun any enemy in the area. What it's really good for is whenever a chomper goes underground, if you throw one of those sonic grenades, it'll actually knock it out of the ground and stun it. So you can effectively stop them from digging after you and eating you, which is really hard to avoid. And then his final ability, much like the cactus, he throws out a drone. And this lets you fly around and pretty much rain hell down on the plants. It is very damaging for what it does. As you see right here, I'm just going to open up fire on this sunflower. And bam, you are dead. Come over here to this chomper, which cannot attack me because chompers don't have any long-range attacks. And the only one that it does, which is the goo, I highly doubt they'd be able to hit me with that. And if you press Y, just like the plant version, you drop down bombs. Although this time they are traffic cones with bombs stuffed in them, which is a pretty funny idea. There are a lot of sunflowers down there, oh boy. So that is the engineer. Now time to move on to the scientist. The scientist is actually my favorite zombie. He has very useful abilities. First of which is a proximity mine, which sticks to anything, and it is very, very useful. The second, like the sunflower, you can drop down a healing center, and anyone that goes in there, they get healed. Of course, only on your team. The other team, nothing happens to them. And then you have my favorite ability in the game, which is, wait for it, ooh, yeah, you can teleport, which is very useful for getting out of tricky situations. See, if I had a teleport there, I would not have been chomped to death. Unlike the sunflower, however, he does not have a healing beam, so the only way to heal your teammates is to drop down this soda fountain. But it still gives quite the disadvantage since you can't really move too far while being healed. Now I'm going to use the scientist's ability to warp over there and get the advantage on them. Oh wow, I got caught in a snare. Looks like they got the advantage on me. No. A great use of this is to escape chompers, because they are very damage dealing up close, and if they're underground and coming after you, the best thing to do is just turn in the opposite direction and warp away. Or like that, you can teleport behind someone, and they will stop shooting you temporarily, because you are no longer in their line of sight. Man, that sunflower looks happy. Alright, now time to move on to the final zombie, which is the All-Star. This guy, just by looking at him, you can see right away that he is the tank of this team. As I mentioned earlier, his weapon is a minigun that fires little footballs, which is pretty funny. And it has pretty good range on it, actually, and the accuracy is also pretty good. The damage only does 3 damage per bullet, but with the rate that it fires, it definitely makes up for it. As you can see right here, because you don't have to reload, and it's infinite, you can just mow down plants all day. Although you do have to watch out with rapid fire, because it will overheat if you do it for too long. Now on to the abilities. Like everyone else, he has 3 abilities. Right here is one of them. If you press RB, bam, drops down a shield, kind of like the tall nuts on the plant side. This one's a little higher. It doesn't have as much side range as the other one does, but being higher, it definitely makes it a lot more advantageous. And then you have the ability to throw a little imp out there that explodes like that. Kind of like the chili bean on the plant side, but it explodes a little bit faster. And I think it also does less damage as well, probably because of how fast it explodes. And then the final ability is the charge attack, which I will use right there. It'll launch them up in the air, and I don't... oh, there he is. It'll launch them pretty far, actually. And it launches them up in the air, or if they're low enough, it'll actually kill them, so definitely very useful as well. There's a little bit of build-up time for it, probably like a second or two, but after that, you just charge right at them and take them down. Alright, so those were the zombies, and if you want to see the plants, I have that one uploaded as well. It'll be in the same playlist as this one. Tomorrow I will come back and I'll do the multiplayer, and I'll probably switch between the plants and the zombies to show off a little more of their gameplay. Alright, so that's the video. I will see you tomorrow for the multiplayer. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.